Are you looking for sealed product and singles? You can find it all on Channel Fireball. Please use my Tailmon affiliate code when checking out to help support my content. Looking for PTGO codes? Potown Store has all the latest sets and promos, instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tailmon code when checking out for 5% off. If you're from Europe, Millipots Gaming has a wide array of sealed products, singles, and more. You can use Tailmon code when checking out for 5% off. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of a video on our channel. I don't want to say Road to Worlds because we actually don't know if there is a Road to Worlds so far. Hopefully there will be. But welcome to a brand new day. We are going to be playing updated ADP Zacian, right? Or Amazing ADP Zacian, as I've dubbed it. It used to be Turbo, now it's Amazing because it has the brand new Jirachi Amazing Rare with the Dream Revelation ability. You get that extra search. You get to look at the top two cards, choose one and put it onto your hand, and the other goes to the top of your deck. We're never gonna be using Amazing Star, but that extra reach after you have used the Dene or Crobat, or even the beginning of the game, can help you get that boss's orders you needed, that Leon perhaps you needed for the extra damage, or the water energy that you were searching for to be able to use Alter Creation GX Plus. With that, you get a bonus 30 damage and you get to take an extra prize card every time you attack, which is really cool. And we hopefully power up Zacian through using Ultimate Ray so that we can then Brave Blade for 260 base damage. And now that we have Leon, we can make that 290 base damage, right? Which is really cool. We don't have to worry about big charms on Picrom anymore. It's like playing an extra boss. It's like playing a Tool Scrapper against Picrom. Leon is a really good card, doing just 30 more damage to any Pokemon, or whenever you attack. It's really powerful. It makes Ultimate Ray do 210 damage, which can sometimes help against things like Heatran GX or V Pokemon. So overall, Leon plus Jirachi definitely boosts ADP. Isaiah Bradner already got top 8 at a tournament using almost this list. He had 4 Jirachi Amazing Rares and only 2 Waters. I feel like Crushing Hammers are still prevalent enough in the metagame to where you do want the water energy in here, but the idea still remains the same. You GX and then you target down, you hunt down 2 of your opponent's weaker Pokemon and try and win that way. So let's see what we can do here with this amazing ADP Zacian. Yeah, I feel like I've covered quite a few of the Vivid Voltage possible decks out there, and so I do want to go first. And so now we're going to be moving on to updating, and playing with older decks that hopefully end up working out and doing pretty well overall in the minigame. Now this hand is pretty decent, generally pretty decent overall. That's a good top deck. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab a metal off of that spinner. I'm going to discard the metal with the spinner and grab my ADP. I'll go ahead and bench the ADP, I'll go ahead and attach, I'll go ahead and Crobat for 3 cards. I know the Coalossal already in play is really good news for us, because that's 1 target for ADP right there. I will go ahead and Church Ball for the ADP, and then I'm gonna Quick Ball, right, for another Zacian, just to get that out of the deck and also be able to make use of my Metal Saucer right here. And then I'm gonna Intrepid Sword with the active, because if I do hit an energy, or maybe even 2 sometimes, that frees up your retreating quite a bit. So now we're looking for Switch or Herballoon. Ideally a combination of both. Now that I have that Jirachi, I'll probably spend a turn benching that. The Crushing Hammer, that's annoying, eliminates a water. Thankfully I have the energy switch, but that just means now we need to hit either a spinner or a water off of the next research, possibly after the Dene, in order to be able to apply some pressure. Now we do see that we are up against Coalossal VMAX deck with hammers. That might mean they have Hyper Potions as well. We'll see. So an updated Vivid Voltage ADP Zacian versus a brand new archetype from Vivid Voltage. All right. We just see the research. My opponent must have saved something knowing that he would research, or he was going to Marnie and then he got the research instead. Average, crushing hammer flips, that's what you hope for, I guess. I mean, I guess you hope for under average for your opponent, but average is what you should expect and plan for. And then if you can, definitely plan for over average, right? But that's not going to be super, super common. Okay. So that was not the biggest of deals. I'm going to go ahead and transfer the energy here. I will go ahead and bench the Jirachi. I think it's okay. And then I'm going to thin with this quick ball. I'm just going to grab the other Jirachi and I'm going to discard it. And we're going to research. We need switch and water here to be able to do our GX attack, which we do find, thankfully. We do find. I'm going to go ahead and grab the water. I'll go ahead and do this. And now this is fantastic that I got both. That way I get an extra 1 card reach, possibly 2, right? Off of this Jirachi. I wish the other card got shuffled or put to the bottom of the deck sometimes. Now we know we're going to top to get the Dene, which is not very useful, right? Unless my opponent somehow discards my middle energy. No, even then. I mean, well, I guess it's not terrible. If my opponent goes switch attack with Coalossal, then I can go target down the Eldegoss. That's not bad. Although, I mean, just targeting Coalossal seems good as well, honestly. Does attach the recycle. That's another indicator that he might have, she might have, sorry, that she might have the hyper potions. So it's looking a little scary. A little scary. That stadium doesn't matter. Just not a fan of discarding the saucer, but I will definitely go. I'm definitely getting an ultimate rate off, right? So that's good. That is good news. So I don't know if I keep the bench space open or I just bench the Mobile here. I honestly not sure which one I want to do. I think I'm gonna play the Mobile just to take a look at my opponent's hand. Benching the Dene, that's nice. That is definitely very nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and research. I will be able to ultimate ray this turn. Took away the Dene option. I'll do that, and then I'll just ultimate ray. We did not see any healing in my opponent's hand, which is always great. I'm gonna put 2 and 1, just in case my opponent decides to go boss. I doubt he will, but just in case. I still have Metal Saucers. I do have the follow-up KO, right? 240 does 400 damage total. So yeah, with that, now that's 220. So even if he attaches buff padding, that's a dead Coalossal VMAX. And that's basically my opponent's only Pokemon in play at this point. So sure, she might knock out my ADP, then I just come up, knock her out. And we're in a good spot because she has no backup, and that's the issue with this deck. And then if she ends up finding a Hyper Potion and she ends up healing the Coalossal, that means I don't die, right? That means my ADP just gets to attack again. So it's a win-win for us here, no matter what. It's a win-win for us, whether my opponents heal, whether my opponent heals and then attacks me. Then my ADP doesn't go down, and if she chooses not to heal and knocks me out, then I knock her out. So it's a win-win for us either way. It's definitely a win-win for us either way. Reset Stamp, we're not weak to that. We still have 2 metals, I think, in the deck. Maybe 1, but I have Saucers, I have Spinners, so I'm not too worried about not getting the energy. She does choose to go for the Dene. She does choose to go for a Dene, possibly looking for a Marnie, perhaps. I'm also not super concerned about a Marnie. I still have research. I still have my Jirachi as well, so a Marnie would be essentially like, I'd get to look at the next 7 cards, just looking for 1 energy. That doesn't seem like a big deal. I'm guessing she was looking for Malolana, right? Malolana would be the card you're looking for. You heal, and you put yourself out of range, right? Of Zacian. Would you 40? Yeah, you definitely put yourself out of range. But since that did not happen, we are a-okay here. And I even had an energy switch, yeah, I even had an energy switch as possible outs. So let's go Dream Revelation. I actually want this in case I get Marnied. That way I know I'm gonna get a switch. I'm definitely gonna go for this, just to get the free retreat. And I'll go ahead and Brave Blade. I'll take 4 prizes, probably gonna get reset stamped, so maybe I should have burnt the energy switch. That helps me get the Dene, so I didn't want to burn that. I didn't want to burn the switch because the switch basically means I win next turn. As long as I attack next turn with this Zacian, I win. So any card that's not switched doesn't matter anymore here, and I still have 3 switches left. Or I could just power up another Zacian, right? So I guess the energy switch also helps with that. Energy plus energy switch is just as good as a switch. This guy could survive if it gets the buff padding attached to it. It could survive an attack from Zacian, but it's like, is that really the game-winning play? Is that really the decider? Probably not, you know? Probably not. Okay, so see a quick ball for Rangaroom. So she's thinning, like she's doing the right stuff. It's just Coalossal VMAX is a very underwhelming deck against ADP, right? That's the issue. It's a very underwhelming deck against ADP. Okay, she does decide to retreat into the Coalossal. Like I said, without buff padding, she is absolutely dead here. She needs to either reset stamp or Marnie perhaps, like that would be the only way to, yeah, there we go. There's a victory, simple, straightforward, ADP doing ADP stuff and then facing off against an underwhelming matchup for them, or for us, or for them rather, where their damage output just doesn't cut it. Yeah, Coalossal VMAX, if it's not hitting for weakness, then it's rough. If I didn't have my access to my Jake's attack, then maybe, but not much my opponent could do there. And the key there was, without that double Crushing Hammer heads flip, right? Because it was only one, that wasn't good enough. They needed double Crushing Hammer heads in order to maybe have a chance. So relying on those flippy cards to maybe have a chance is already very sketchy, you know? It's already very sketchy. Okay, so we're gonna start mobile. That means we won't be able to use its ability at any point during this game. We will be able to attack with it if need be, but we'll not be able to use its ability, which can sometimes be pretty important. And we're up against, I forgot the name of that deck, Mad Party. Yeah, we're up against Mad Party, so I'm not super concerned at this point. I'm not gonna attach the water because they could be playing Crushing Hammer. I'm just gonna go ahead and attach the metal and pass. Next turn we can spinner for water and then search for one of our six switching cards, so I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be okay. Mad Party is almost always going to be a very easy and good matchup for ADP. Familiar Bell, interestingly enough. So getting a lot of Mr. Rhymes in the discard pile, right? That's pretty neat. Good turn 1 for them. Definitely a good turn 1 for them. See, Great Ball, Trade the Denim. Still no supporter, so that's also good for them. This card's the 4th Mr. Rhyme, Galarian Mr. Rhyme. It's another Dedenne. Oh wow, is that the 4th Quick Ball? No, that's the 3rd Quick Ball. Nice. I mean, my opponent getting a pretty solid start for sure. But now that he's gonna bench the Crobat, it'll be even easier for me to essentially to win this game, right? It'll be even easier to win this game potentially. My mobile is getting hit for 120, not enough for a knockout yet. If he goes research and gets turn 1 180, that'd be pretty brutal. Oh my gosh, he might actually do that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow! Turn 1, 180 KO with Bumblebee. Okay, so now we are in a lot more trouble than I thought. I mean, this means I don't need my switching card. This means I can just attach GX. I would imagine, right, based on how his deck has flowed so far, he's not playing Crushing Hammers, but that is a very impressive Mad Party turn 1. Yeah, that is generally a very impressive turn 1 for Mad Party. Okay, I already have the Great Catcher to go after this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and GX, and then I have Quick Balls, I have Zacians. All I need is literally another attacker. Even another ADP would do the trick. Yeah, even another ADP would do the trick. After that research, then all I need is to go, like next turn I go, whatever I top deck, I go Pokemon Catcher onto the Dedenne, attach KO it. And then, unless it's a Pokemon, then I'll risk not getting the energy, I guess. But yeah, like it's looking very good here. It's generally looking very, very good so far. Despite my opponent's turn 1 knockout on my poor mobile. Worst case scenario would be getting Marnied into a dead hand, right? And I would be in trouble. Even if he gets all 11 Mad Partiers in the discard pile. Wait, can he knock me out? I guess technically he can. If he can get 14 Mad Partiers, right? 7, 8, 9. There's 16 Mad Party total Pokemon. He has 2 in play, so he needs all 14 Mad Party Pokemon in the discard pile in order to knock me out here. It's possible. It's so unlikely though that he didn't even prize a single one though, right? That I'm hoping that I'm not about to get wrecked here. He could Dedenne plus Leon. That is certainly a possibility. Leon would mean only 13 necessary. And then he could have Scoop Up Nets and 6 seconds. So, I mean, there are scenarios where I get KO'd here. And I would be very impressed. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at losing that way. Like, I would be very, very, very impressed. I would be incredibly impressed if that happens. But if not, we'll see how ADP just destroys Mad Party. But I mean, okay, thinking about my Sword and Shield Onwards tournament, all of these cards, yeah, everything that my opponent has done other than the Dedenne is possible in a Sword and Shield Onwards format. I guess outside of the U-turn board as well. So, very impressive. Generally, very, very impressive. We do see a Mad Party, not enough for a KO though. Not enough for a KO. And that is perfectly fine. We're gonna do that. Yeah, like that was a perfectly fine top deck. I'm gonna go ahead and spinner. I'll grab a water. I still have another water left. And so I need literally any attacker here that can KO Crobat, right? And a boss, which I did not get, right? I did not get. I'm gonna bench this just because of deck thinning purposes in case I get reset stamped here, and then it doesn't matter who he KOs, so I can commit all 3 energies onto Zacian, because then if he goes boss KO Zacian, that is fine, and if he goes KO ADP, that is fine. I just need one more turn, and now with this hand, we're gonna have Quick Ball into the Dedenne for the next 6 cards, and we're gonna have the Reach of Jirachi. So we need one boss out of the 4 that we play to be in the next 9 cards, right? In the next 9 cards that we see, because we're gonna take a look at our top deck, and then 6 more from the Dedenne, and then 2 more with Jirachi. There's a possibility of Crobat as well, and we're getting the Dedenne out of the deck as well, so we need a boss within the next 10 cards essentially, because we're gonna get that Dedenne. It's looking okay. It's generally looking okay. There's the Dedenne for my opponent, so there was a chance that I died last turn. There definitely was a chance. He's playing more than 3 Dedenne. Wow, he's playing 3 Dedennes, right? Not more than 3, he's playing 3 Dedenne. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. My hand does get reset stamped, which is exactly what my opponent needs to do. It changes my odds a little, but now I have the Dedenne. My deck did get bigger, therefore a little less likely that I find the boss, but we'll see. Yeah, we shall see. Okay, that's actually really fantastic, because now what I do is I'm gonna grab this guy. Yeah. And my first course of action is I'm gonna take an educated risk, okay? And assume that I'm gonna be able to find either a metal saucer or an energy. So first things first, I'm gonna energy switch, and then I will draw 5 cards, okay? I need energy and boss. There's one boss, right? There is one boss, so now all I need to do is find an energy, okay? Which I did get rid of, right? I did get rid of the energy. That could also help, actually. That could also help. So now I'm gonna go boss, then I'll bench this, and then I'll bench this. So I'm looking at the next 6 cards. I just need an energy, and there it is. Yeah, no need to dig. It wouldn't let me click. It wouldn't let me click. I could have dog with Dreamy Revelation. I had another Dreamy Revelation as well, just in case, right? So in this case, this Jirachi allowed me to dig a little bit more. If I had the other Jirachi, I would have needed switch for sure, because the air balloons don't work. So even though I dig more for spinner or saucer, the energies are not out. So there was a lot going on there, but the chances of me whiffing there were so astronomically low that I was very confident in playing that energy switch, because finding an energy was so much easier in theory, or like another energy switch, an energy or a saucer, within the next 11, probably more cards, 13 cards with the Jirachi ability, than finding that boss, right? So maximizing that draw with Crobat was pretty key there. We found the boss first, then we had to dig for the energy. That was completely fine, right? The game was over if I didn't win that turn, so I had to maximize my chances of winning. So yeah, that's gonna be it for Amazing ADP Zacian. Still as good as ever, maybe even better with Jirachi and the meta shifting away a little from crushing hammers. Not too much, there's still a bunch of them going around, but the less crushing hammers there are, the better it is for ADP Zacian. And yeah, that will be all from me. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you have a chance to win the daily code provided by Poton Store. If you want to buy more codes, make sure you use the code TableMon. If you want to access all the content over at Channel Fireball, make sure you use TableMon code as well. And if you are from Europe and you want any cards or sealed product, check out mealypotsgaming.com and use TableMon code for 5% off when you're checking out. Thanks so much, and until next time. Bye-bye.